I slammed the apartment door so hard the walls shook. My heart hammered like it wanted out of my chest. There on the kitchen counter sat my empty prescription bottle under the bright afternoon sun streaming through the blinds.
Gone.
Every single pill. What the hell did you do with my medication? I yelled, voice cracking with pure panic. These were not random vitamins. They were my ADHD meds. The exact dose my doctor spent months fine-tuning so I could hold down my job and not spiral into chaos. Without them I could barely string a sentence together. Karen and Bradley both knew that. They had watched me struggle for weeks. Karen strolled out of her room flipping her long hair like she was in a commercial. She sighed the way she always did when she thought I was being dramatic. Oh, Alex, calm down. Why do you always accuse us first? The heavy scent of her vanilla perfume mixed with leftover pizza grease and made my stomach turn. Bradley shuffled behind her, rubbing the back of his neck. Yeah man, maybe you just forgot where you put it. His eyes flicked to the floor. I could hear the lie sitting thick in his throat. I paced the creaky wooden floor, heart racing faster. Forgot? The bottle was full last night. I counted them before bed because I know how important they are. The urgency clawed at me. I had a huge client presentation tomorrow. Without those pills I would crash hard and lose the account I had worked 6 months to land. How could they look me in the eye and lie? That night after they crashed I lay awake staring at the ceiling. Doubt tried to creep in. Maybe I was paranoid. Then I remembered the small things that had gone missing before. A few pills here and there that I had brushed off.
Not anymore.
The next morning while they were at work I installed a tiny hidden camera disguised as a phone charger right above the counter. My hands shook the whole time but I whispered to myself, this ends today. 2 days later I checked the footage alone in my room. My stomach dropped. There they were at 2 a.m. Karen shook 2 pills into her palm and popped them with a grin. These will help me nail my big presentation tomorrow. Bradley hesitated, then took a couple too. Karen, this feels wrong, he muttered. She laughed and shut him down fast. Alex has insurance and plenty more. Relax. I watched it 3 times. The betrayal burned hotter than the anger. I printed every screenshot, timestamps and all. I even dug through the trash and found the empty wrappers they tried to hide. My chest felt tight but my mind was crystal clear. I was done being their doormat. That afternoon I called the apartment manager, Mr. Hayes, and asked him to come over as a witness. Sunlight still poured in when I laid everything on the coffee table. Watch this, I said, voice steady now. I hit play on my phone. The video filled the small screen. Karen's face went white then flushed red. This is invasion of privacy. You can't prove anything, she screamed, hands flying everywhere. Her voice bounced off the walls like a siren. Bradley sank onto the couch, letting out a long, heavy sigh. Karen, we shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry, Alex. I really am. At least one of them had the guts to look ashamed. Mr. His arms and shook his head slow. This is straight up theft. You're both out by the end of the week. Pack your things. Karen exploded. You can't kick us out. I'll sue all of you. She lunged for my phone but I pulled it back fast. The lamp beside her crashed to the floor, shattering into pieces. The sound echoed like a final breaking point. She kept yelling how I was jealous, how she ruined everything, how she deserved those pills more than I did because her life was harder. I just stood there letting every word bounce off me. The proof was right there in black and white. No amount of tears or threats could erase it. The next few days the apartment turned into a war zone. Karen tried one last twist. She posted online calling me a controlling liar and a bully. I stayed quiet at first. Then I shared the unedited video clip anonymously in the building group chat. The comments turned on her fast. Her boss somehow heard through mutual friends and fired her the same day. Bradley's grades tanked from the stress and he lost his part-time scholarship. They ended up hauling their stuff out in the pouring rain 2 days later. No one helped them. They climbed into an old car with trash bags of clothes and drove off broke and bitter. I stood at the window watching them leave. A long, slow breath left my lungs. The apartment smelled cleaner already, like the heavy perfume and lies had finally lifted. The knot that had lived in my chest for weeks finally unraveled. I walked back to the kitchen, picked up the new pill bottle the pharmacy had rushed over, and set it on the counter. For the first time in months, I felt in control. Standing up to people who think they can walk all over you is never easy. But when you gather the proof, when you face the storm and refuse to back down, justice has a way of showing up. Don't let anyone steal your peace or your medication or your future.
Trust your gut.
Speak your truth. The right people will see it and the wrong ones will fade away exactly like they deserve. I closed my eyes and smiled for the first time in weeks. Life felt lighter. And I was finally free.